there's a place where mornings drift in on misty hills, and evenings glow in the soft amber of ancient stone, where vineyards stretch like brushstrokes across the earth, and every winding road leads to something timeless. A bell tower, a hillside chapel, a quiet village caught in a golden pause. Here, time doesn't rush forward. It lingers, like the scent of rosemary in the air, or the echo of footsteps in a sunlit piazza. This isn't just a region, it's a feeling, one you'll find in every corner of Tuscany. In this journey, we'll stroll through sun-drenched piazzas in Siena, breathe in the rolling calm of Val d'Orcia, and lose ourselves among the hilltop streets of Pienza and Pitigliano. We'll trace Renaissance footsteps in Florence, feel the sea breeze on the island of Elba, and soak in the soothing waters of Saturnia's thermal springs. From the vineyards of Chianti to the ancient stone towers of San Gimignano, each destination is a brushstroke on Tuscany's living canvas. But before we set off, here's a little challenge for you. Can you unscramble these letters to name one of Tuscany's most iconic cities? We have a hint. It's known as the birthplace of the Renaissance and home to the famous red-domed cathedral. Please, comment your answer below this video. And let's begin the journey. Declared a UNESCO World Heritage Site for its harmonious blend of natural beauty and Renaissance culture, Val d'Orcia is a quintessential symbol of Tuscany's timeless landscape. This region enchants travelers with its rolling hills, cypress-lined roads, and historic villages. With its gentle contours and serene landscapes, Val d'Orcia invites travelers into a world where simplicity and elegance coexist. Here, the rhythm of life slows, shaped by the seasons, the soil, and centuries of human connection with nature. Olive groves, wheat fields, and vineyards stretch endlessly, changing colors with the months, from the vibrant greens of spring to the warm, earthy tones of autumn. The land speaks softly through the curves of its hills and the stillness of its early mornings. Roads lined with cypress trees lead visitors on a quiet journey through the countryside, where the landscape itself becomes the destination. The people of Valdorcia live in tune with their environment, drawing from generations of tradition in farming, winemaking, and storytelling. Whether you're passing through or staying longer, you'll feel the authenticity that lingers in the air, in the aroma of freshly baked bread, the laughter shared over a table, or the quiet moments under a Tuscan sunset. Tucked away in the gentle hills of Tuscany, Siena stands as a graceful reminder of a time when cities were shaped not by glass towers, but by artistry, devotion, and human spirit. The city preserves a rich history, spanning centuries as a living heritage. Every stone, every alleyway seems to carry a whisper from another age, echoing the pride, beauty, and craftsmanship of those who came before. Life here still flows to an ancient rhythm. Locals move with intention, unhurried, as if guided by something more meaningful than time. The blend of terracotta rooftops, earthy hues, and sweeping views across the countryside creates a palette so warm and inviting. It feels as though the city itself is offering a quiet embrace. Throughout the year, Siena reveals itself in subtle, shifting ways. It can be vibrant and festive one moment, then deeply reflective the next. But no matter the season, there's a strong sense of identity that weaves through it all. The city hasn't been shaped to impress. It simply is what it has always been, a place of tradition, community, and quiet splendor. Travelers who come here aren't looking for flash. They're drawn by something deeper, a desire to connect with a place that values depth over dazzle and soul over spectacle. In Siena, it's not about ticking boxes on an itinerary. It's about discovering a slower, richer way of being. Florence is more than just a city. It's a symphony of light, stone, and imagination. It stands as a timeless canvas where art, culture, and human brilliance have been painted across centuries. To wander through Florence is to step into a world where the past and present seem to walk side by side in quiet conversation. The soft golden hue that drapes the buildings at dusk, the distant toll of a bell echoing through cobbled streets, the gentle murmur of life unfolding slowly. Florence has long been a cradle of creativity. It nurtured minds and hands that shaped the course of history. Yet today, it remains remarkably grounded. Amid the grandeur, you'll find simplicity. In the laughter of locals sharing stories over coffee, in the quiet joy of someone sketching by the river, or in the aroma of freshly baked bread curling through the air. Here, beauty isn't confined to galleries or palaces. It spills into daily life, in the curves of a staircase, the rhythm of footsteps along ancient walkways, the way sunlight filters through a shuttered window. It's in the atmosphere, that quiet reverence for the artistry of existence. Visitors often come for the history, but they stay for the feeling. It's not just about what you see. It's how Florence makes you feel, as if you've touched something eternal. There's a certain dignity in its worn facades, a quiet resilience that reflects centuries of change, yet remains untouched in essence. If you visited this place, comment number 5. If not, comment number 0. Tucked among the gentle folds of the Tuscan countryside lie two hilltop gems, Monticchiello and Montalcino, places where the spirit of rural Italy quietly flourishes. These are not destinations that clamor for attention. Instead, they draw you in with a subtle charm, whispering stories of centuries past through weathered stone and winding paths. Monticchiello feels like a place time forgot, where tradition still lingers in the air and life moves at a thoughtful, measured pace. It's a village of reflection, intimate and authentic, where each corner seems to offer a moment of stillness. The surrounding hills stretch wide into the horizon, offering panoramic views that shift with the light, turning golden by afternoon and soft blue at dusk. It's a haven for those seeking something more than just scenery, a place that allows you to pause, breathe, and feel deeply connected to the land beneath your feet. Not far off, Montalcino rises like a guardian over its surrounding valleys. It holds itself with quiet pride, a town steeped in tradition and defined by resilience. The streets here speak of history, not in grand monuments, but in the lived-in textures of stone walls and the warmth of its people. There's a timeless rhythm to life in Montalcino, where culture is not put on display, but woven seamlessly into daily living. Together, Monticchiello and Montalcino reflect the enduring beauty of Tuscany's soul. They are rooted in the landscape, shaped by its hills, softened by its sunlight, and sustained by a deep respect for heritage. Where the Arno River makes its quiet way to the sea is a city that has long captured the world's curiosity, Pisa. But beyond its iconic silhouette that draws countless glances upward, Pisa offers far more than a single moment frozen in stone. Pisa welcomes visitors with a reputation built on architectural wonder, but gently invites them to linger longer, to look beyond the familiar and discover the quieter sides of a city deeply rooted in art, science, and tradition. Narrow streets wind through its historic quarters, where life flows at a steady pace, revealing colorful facades, local cafes, and small details that speak volumes to those who pause to notice. For centuries, Pisa has been a center of learning, exploration, and creativity. Its legacy is visible in the elegance of its structures, the layout of its gardens, and the stories carried through its universities and institutions. There's a scholarly air here, not austere, but enriching, as if the city itself encourages curiosity and reflection. Yet for all its historical depth, Pisa is anything but stuck in time. It remains lively and youthful, shaped by students, artists, and everyday people who call it home. Its culture thrives in the interplay of tradition and innovation. Old markets share space with modern galleries, and timeless recipes are reimagined by new generations of chefs. Perched gently on a hillside in the heart of Tuscany, Pienza radiates a rare sense of harmony. With its perfectly balanced layout and warm, honey-colored stone, it seems to exist in a realm where time slows down, inviting visitors to breathe, to observe, and to feel truly present. This small Renaissance jewel was born from a grand vision, an idea to design the ideal town. And walking through its streets today, it's easy to see how that vision took shape. The The town's layout flows with intention, yet never feels rigid. Open squares, graceful buildings, and charming alleyways unfold one after another in quiet rhythm, creating a setting that feels both intimate and majestic. Pienza is a place where art and architecture blend effortlessly into daily life. Its structures tell stories not just of beauty, but of thoughtful design, where proportion and light were carefully considered to enhance both form and function. But despite its historic prestige, the town remains wonderfully unpretentious. Life here moves with the calm cadence of tradition, and visitors are welcomed not as outsiders, but as temporary locals, invited to share in its everyday moments. It is a place where time feels generous, where conversations linger, and where even the simplest details often referred to as one of Tuscany's most enigmatic hill towns, Volterra enchants visitors with its timeless blend of ancient history and medieval charm. This captivating town is known for its rich Etruscan heritage and atmospheric streets that seem untouched by time. Nestled amidst rolling hills, Volterra offers a unique glimpse into Italy's distant past. Its stone walls, narrow alleys, and impressive fortifications whisper stories of civilizations long gone. Recognized for its well-preserved historical center, the town presents an authentic experience that transports travelers back centuries. While wandering through Volterra's piazzas and hidden corners, you'll discover a place where history and culture intertwine seamlessly. The local artisans continue traditions dating back generations, making this town a living museum of craftsmanship and heritage. Surrounded by scenic countryside, Volterra also invites visitors to enjoy breathtaking views over the Tuscan landscape, where vineyards and olive groves stretch towards the horizon. Whether you are passionate about archaeology, architecture, or simply soaking in the atmosphere of a genuine Italian hill town, Volterra promises an unforgettable journey. Renowned worldwide for its exceptional wines and breathtaking landscapes, Chianti is often celebrated as the heart of Tuscany's wine country. This picturesque region unfolds a captivating blend of rolling hills, medieval villages, and lush vineyards that have shaped its rich cultural heritage over centuries. Nestled between the cities of Florence and Siena, Chianti's charm lies not only in its natural beauty, but also in its deep-rooted traditions of winemaking. Visitors are drawn to the rolling vineyards where grapes thrive under the Tuscan sun, creating some of Italy's finest wines. The region's vineyards are interspersed with olive groves and cypress-lined roads, painting an idyllic countryside scene that has inspired artists and travelers alike. Quaint towns and villages dot the landscape, each with its own unique character, historic architecture, and welcoming atmosphere. Exploring these communities reveals centuries-old churches, rustic farmhouses, and bustling markets where local artisans showcase their crafts and culinary delights. Dining in Chianti often means savoring a meal paired expertly with a glass of wine, surrounded by panoramic views of the sun-drenched countryside. It's not every day you find a bridge that doubles as a bustling marketplace, yet here it is, stretching across the Arno River with centuries of stories woven into its stones. Ponte Vecchio, or the Old Bridge, is one of Florence's most distinctive landmarks, a place where history, commerce, and architecture intertwine in the most poetic of ways. Believed to have been originally built during Roman times, the bridge we see today dates back to 1345, surviving floods, wars, and time itself. Shops line both sides of the bridge, a tradition dating back to the Middle Ages. In the past, these spaces were occupied by butchers and tanners, but in the 16th century, Grand Duke Ferdinand first ordered that only goldsmiths and jewelers remain, transforming the bridge into a refined and prestigious address. Above the rows of shops, a lesser-known feature adds to the bridge's mystique: the Vasari corridor. Built in 1565, this elevated passage was created for the Medici family, allowing them to move between their residences without stepping into the busy streets. It is often referred to as the medieval Manhattan because its ancient towers pierce the skyline like silent sentinels from another era. San Gimignano rises above the surrounding countryside with quiet dignity, its stone walls embracing centuries of history, tradition, and human ambition. Recognized by UNESCO for its cultural and architectural significance, San Gimignano's blend of artistic heritage and urban design offers insight into how people lived, governed, and expressed themselves during a remarkable period in European history. As you enter through its gates, the modern world fades, replaced by cobblestone paths, fortified walls, and a skyline frozen in the past. This town once stood as a thriving center of trade and power, and its architecture reflects both its prosperity and pride. In a time when noble families competed to build the tallest tower, this place became a vertical city, a forest of stone symbols stretching toward the sky. Walking through its narrow streets, you'll notice how the town has preserved not just buildings, but an atmosphere. It's a place where each corner whispers stories of daily life centuries ago. Unlike many cities that unfold outward, Lucca embraces inward, wrapped within a near-perfect circle of Renaissance walls that have withstood time, conflict, and change. These fortifications do more than define its borders. They preserve a rhythm of life that's both intimate and inviting. This Tuscan gem offers a different kind of experience. Rather than overwhelming with grandeur, it draws you in with quiet elegance and timeless charm. Its streets are laid out like a memory, compact, deliberate, and full of character. Walking here feels like stepping into a painting, softened by centuries of light and footsteps. Lucca is often admired for its sense of balance between preservation and progress, tradition and creativity. The city has long been known for its deep connection to music, craftsmanship, and civic pride. And while its roots stretch far into antiquity, its atmosphere feels far from dated. Whether you're strolling along its tree-lined ramparts or exploring the shaded corners of its historic core, you can sense the care that has gone into keeping its spirit alive. With its steaming waters cascading down pale limestone terraces, this destination feels like a secret offered directly by nature. Terme di Saturnia is more than just a collection of hot springs. It's an experience where time slows and the senses awaken. Nestled in the heart of Tuscany, this natural retreat has been cherished for centuries, known for its mineral-rich waters that flow steadily from underground sources, maintaining a soothing warmth year-round. What draws visitors here is not only the healing properties of the waters, but also the extraordinary setting in which they are found. Surrounded by gentle hills and open skies, this is a place where the natural world seems to breathe. The flowing pools form soft shapes over time, giving the impression that nature has sculpted a sanctuary of serenity. This location has long been associated with well-being and rejuvenation. Its waters have been sought after since ancient times, believed to hold restorative benefits for both body and spirit. And even today, those who come here often speak of a sense of clarity that lingers long after the visit ends. A place where architecture, culture, and human heartbeat come together in perfect harmony. That is Piazza del Campo, a vast shell-shaped square in the heart of Tuscany. Unlike typical squares with sharp corners and linear geometry, this space opens like a welcoming fan, gently sloping inward. The design of this space encourages movement and connection. Locals and travelers alike drift through it, not in haste, but with intention, sitting, strolling, or simply pausing to take in the view. Its surface is lined with warm-toned bricks, arranged in a distinctive pattern that echoes the shape of the square itself. From above, it resembles a giant open shell, a symbol of unity and community. And standing around its perimeter are historical buildings that mirror the dignity and strength of centuries past, giving the space both grandeur and intimacy. It has long been a gathering point, not only for celebrations and traditions, but for the small, shared moments that define a community. Laughter echoing against ancient walls, footsteps softly brushing across brick, voices rising with passion or fading into thought. It all adds to the atmosphere. Famed for its Renaissance charm and a legacy of fine winemaking, Montepulciano is a name that echoes with culture, craftsmanship, and timeless beauty. As visitors approach, the silhouette of stone buildings rises gently from the hills, blending into a landscape where vineyards and olive groves stretch as far as the eye can see. The town unfolds gradually, inviting exploration at a slower pace, where each narrow street reveals new textures: aged facades, rustic doors, flower-lined balconies, and quiet corners touched by sunlight. Craftsmanship remains at the heart of the town's identity. From artisanal workshops to family-run wine cellars tucked beneath the streets, there's a deep respect for tradition. Elevated above the surrounding valleys, the town also offers some of the most breathtaking panoramic views in the region. On clear days, you can see the patchwork of vineyards, golden fields, and distant hills stretching into the horizon. Even as it welcomes visitors from around the world, Montepulciano has managed to preserve a sense of authenticity that many destinations strive to maintain. There are no flashy displays or hurried crowds here, only the steady rhythm of everyday life, seasoned with stories that echo through the stones. Carved directly from volcanic stone and perched dramatically above deep ravines, this town appears to rise from the rock itself. This is Pitigliano, one of Tuscany's most extraordinary hidden treasures. Its striking silhouette has earned it the nickname, the Little Jerusalem, not only for its distinctive appearance, but also for the layered cultural heritage that defines it. Pitigliano's architecture seems to merge with the cliff on which it rests, creating an almost mythical effect, especially when viewed from a distance. As you draw closer, its honey-colored walls and arches begin to reveal stories shaped by centuries of history, resilience, and peaceful coexistence. The streets wind with purpose, offering sudden glimpses of panoramic views and inviting corners where locals continue age-old rhythms of life, from crafting goods by hand to sharing meals that follow traditional recipes passed down over generations. Surrounded by wild countryside and nestled within the tough stone canyons of southern Tuscany, Pitigliano is both sheltered and open, isolated enough to feel peaceful, yet well connected to the surrounding valleys and villages. Despite its modest size, Pitigliano surprises visitors with its depth. From underground tunnels carved by the Etruscans to charming courtyards, old fountains, and views that change with the light. Shaped by wind and time, right in the heart of Senesi, a quiet town that embodies the soul of this dramatic land. Welcome to Asciano. Unlike the rolling vineyards or thick forests seen elsewhere in the region, the terrain here is defined by soft clay hills, moon-like mounds, and winding roads that disappear into the horizon. Asciano rests gently among these hills, a small yet resilient town that has stood for centuries as both a crossroads and a keeper of rural tradition. As visitors enter its peaceful streets, they're met with warm stone facades, modest piazzas, and everyday scenes that seem untouched by the noise of modern life. Fields of wheat, olive trees, and sunflowers surround the town, painting the countryside with earthy tones in spring and golden hues in summer. There's a rich historical presence woven into the fabric of the town, in its medieval architecture, its preserved traditions, and the gentle pride of its people. The surrounding area is dotted with ancient monasteries, rustic farmhouses, and small chapels that seem to grow naturally out of the land itself. While Asciano may not appear on every tourist list, those who make their way here discover a version of Tuscany that is both grounded and poetic. Bagno Vignoni is nestled in the rolling hills of Tuscany. It may not be loud or large, but that's precisely its charm. Since ancient times, this village has been known for its healing hot springs. It's small, just a handful of stone buildings, narrow lanes, and open views, yet every corner seems to radiate calm. The central pool, surrounded by centuries-old architecture, creates a striking image. While bathing in it is no longer allowed, its presence is symbolic, a reminder of the village's deep connection to nature and wellness. Rising above the heart of a storied city, this monumental structure has stood as a silent witness to centuries of change, power, and artistic expression. With its bold silhouette and towering presence, Palazzo Vecchio remains one of the most recognized symbols of civic pride in Tuscany. Palazzo Vecchio, meaning Old Palace, isn't merely a building. It's a living testament to the shifting tides of politics, culture, and identity. Originally conceived as the stronghold of a rising republic, this fortress-like palace has played many roles over time, from a seat of governance to a beacon of Renaissance brilliance. Its exterior commands attention, solid, stoic, and unmistakably medieval. Every corridor, chamber, and ceiling is steeped in artistry and ambition. Built to endure, yet meant to inspire, it blends military strength with the elegance of artistic flourish. The high tower, rising confidently into the sky, once served as both lookout and symbol, a reminder of the authority and aspirations of those who walked its halls. Carved into steep volcanic cliffs and often described as the Volterra of Tuscany, Sorano has an atmosphere that feels untouched by time. This ancient hill town rises from the tufa stone like a sculpture, weathered, quiet, and full of mystery. Sorano is one of those places where history isn't just found in museums. It lives in the stone walls, narrow alleyways, and arched doorways that weave through the town. The layout is a maze of staircases and winding passages, creating a sense of discovery at every turn. The village is perched on a rocky bluff, offering panoramic views of valleys and forests that stretch as far as the eye can see. From above, the rooftops form a patchwork of earthy tones that blend seamlessly with the surrounding cliffs. While the buildings might appear modest, many hold centuries of stories within their walls. Small churches, hidden courtyards, and quiet stone plazas invite visitors to pause and imagine life here in a different time. The area is known for its Etruscan roots, and paths through the woods lead to ancient cave dwellings, tombs, and carved passageways. These archaeological sites reveal a rich cultural heritage that predates even the Roman era. Few places capture the essence of an entire city the way a central square can. And in this case, the heart of Florence beats in Piazza del Duomo. Surrounded by towering structures of marble and history, this square is an open-air monument to the cultural soul of Tuscany. As you step into the piazza, your eyes are immediately drawn upward. The skyline is dominated by one of the most recognizable silhouettes in Italy. The harmonious blend of architectural styles, from intricate facades to soaring domes, creates a space that feels both grand and intimate. Throughout the day, the light shifts, transforming the look and feel of the square. Early morning offers quiet reflection, while the afternoon sun makes the marble glow. As evening falls, golden tones warm the walls, and the square takes on a new kind of beauty, softer, more contemplative. Over the centuries, it has witnessed processions, gatherings, and daily routines. Even today, it serves as a reminder of Florence's enduring role as a crossroads of culture, religion, and community. Around the square, small shops and cafes give it a human rhythm. The aroma of fresh espresso floats through the air. Street musicians provide a gentle soundtrack. Often associated with tales of exile and empire, the island of Elba holds far more than just a chapter in European history. It's a place where nature, culture, and legend converge, offering visitors a surprisingly diverse escape just off the Tuscan coast. Elba is the largest island in the Tuscan archipelago, and yet it maintains a peaceful, laid-back atmosphere that feels far removed from the mainland's busy rhythm. with its gentle hills, dramatic cliffs, and stretches of sandy shoreline, the landscape shifts beautifully from one corner to the next. The island's coastline is perhaps its greatest allure. There are over 100 beaches, each with its own character, from secluded coves edged with smooth pebbles to wide bays of soft golden sand. The surrounding waters are crystal clear and rich with marine life, making this a beloved destination for swimmers, snorkelers, and divers alike. Inland, quiet roads wind through olive groves and vineyards, leading to hilltop villages where time appears to slow down. These small communities offer an authentic glimpse of island life. Narrow lanes, sun-drenched piazzas, and rustic stone houses tell of generations who have lived in tune with the sea and the seasons. The climate, too, adds to Elba's charm. Long summers and mild winters make it a year-round destination, with the warm months ideal for beach-goers and the shoulder seasons perfect for outdoor explorers and cultural travelers. Few places in Italy feel as untamed and quietly powerful as Maremma. This is a land where the wild meets the cultivated. Stretching across the southern parts of Tuscany, Maremma offers a different rhythm from the more traveled routes of the region. The coastline is one of Maremma's great treasures. Long stretches of beach give way to pine forests and tranquil dunes, with peaceful spots where the sea meets the land in a near whisper. Along the shore, travelers can discover quiet coves, scenic cliffs, and waters ideal for swimming or simply watching the sun slip into the horizon. Further inland, the landscape transforms into gentle hills and open pastures. This is classic Tuscan countryside, but here, it's a little more rugged, a little less touched by time. Cattle still graze in the fields. Riders on horseback are a common sight, and the legacy of the local buttery, or Tuscan cowboys, still lingers proudly. The villages scattered throughout Maremma feel as though they've been carved from the land itself. Built in stone, often perched on ridges or tucked into hillsides, these towns carry stories that go back centuries. Their narrow alleys, open squares, and weather-worn facades speak to a way of life that is quiet, resilient, and deeply rooted in the landscape. Unlike some of Tuscany's more crowded destinations, Arezzo quietly holds its own, a place where history, artistry, and local life blend seamlessly into the present. Perched on a gentle hill and overlooking the surrounding countryside, this city feels both grounded and elegant, offering visitors an authentic taste of Tuscany without the rush. Arezzo has ancient roots. Once an important city during Etruscan times, it later flourished under Roman influence. And that deep past still echoes in the streets today, not in grand gestures, but in the quiet details. From weathered stone walls to hidden courtyards, the city wears its heritage with confidence. Yet life here is vibrant. Markets fill the main squares, and conversations flow over outdoor tables as locals sip coffee or enjoy a slow lunch. There's a rhythm to daily life that feels refreshingly unhurried, and it's easy to fall into step with it. One of the city's most striking qualities is its connection to the arts. Arezzo has long been a cradle of creativity, a home to poets, painters, and thinkers who left their mark. This creative spirit still lingers in its galleries, in workshops, and in the quiet pride of its residents. Visitors can sense it not only in the visual beauty around them, but also in the atmosphere. Beyond the city walls, the countryside stretches out in soft waves of green and gold. Vineyards, olive groves, and small farmhouses dot the landscape, timeless and serene. Hidden within the rolling hills of Tuscany lies a village that seems almost untouched by time. Montefiorale, small in size but rich in character, offers a quiet escape from the busy tourist trail. Enclosed by a circular wall and surrounded by olive groves and vineyards, Montefiorale sits gently above the surrounding countryside. Its narrow lanes, built in graceful curves, wind gently around centuries-old homes, dressed in warm shades of stone. Though modest in size, Montefiorale holds a long and layered history. Its roots go back to the Middle Ages, when it served as a small but fortified settlement. Today, traces of that past still shape the village's appearance, from its arched doorways to its stone towers and rustic facades. Montefiorale is also known for its connection to the region's culinary and wine traditions. Just beyond the village, hills are lined with rows of vines that produce some of Tuscany's most beloved wines. There are places that quietly leave a mark because they offer calm, character, and beauty all at once. San Quirico d'Orcia is one of those places. This small town is a blend of medieval elegance and rural charm. Here, cypress trees line quiet country roads. Stone buildings glow under the Tuscan sun, and every corner seems made for a quiet pause or a gentle stroll. From its softly curved rooftops to its graceful alleys, everything seems thoughtfully placed and purposefully calm. Surrounded by rolling hills and olive groves, San Quirico also offers stunning countryside views. Whether you're walking along its outer walls or sitting in a quiet square, the scenery seems to stretch endlessly. The changing light across the landscape creates a moving painting that's different every hour. Golden in the morning, soft in the afternoon, and glowing at sunset. Wander through its calm streets, and you'll likely notice details that tell quiet stories. Weathered walls, carved stone, and shaded courtyards. Gardens peek out from behind gates. Flowers trail over windows. There's something deeply human about the scale and the layout of the town, designed for walking, resting, and enjoying time, not rushing through it. San Quirico d'Orcia is also part of a region known for its traditions in food and wine. Local ingredients, seasonal flavors, and time-honored recipes bring richness to the tables here. Perched quietly on a hilltop in southern Tuscany, Lucignano offers a different kind of charm. Compact, harmonious, and beautifully preserved, this medieval town draws visitors with balance, elegance, and a strong sense of place. At first glance, its circular layout catches the eye. Lucignano is carefully organized. Its streets curve inward in concentric rings, creating a sense of order that reflects the town's deep-rooted history and civic pride. Walking through it feels almost like stepping into a living timepiece, where every detail has purpose and rhythm. The streets are lined with stone buildings that tell stories through their textures and shapes. Arched doorways, iron balconies, and warm terracotta tones blend seamlessly into the surrounding landscape. From the outer walls, the view stretches far across the Tuscan countryside. Gentle hills, olive groves, and lines of cypress trees surround the town like a natural frame. If you ever imagined stepping into a medieval storybook, Monticchiello might just be the place that brings it to life. Nestled quietly on a gentle hilltop in Tuscany, this fortified village looks almost exactly as it did centuries ago. From a distance, its high stone walls and evenly spaced towers give it the appearance of a crown resting on the landscape. Built for protection long ago, Monticchiello has kept much of its original structure. The walls still encircle the town completely, and the towers, once used for defense, now serve as silent sentinels, watching over the countryside. Narrow cobbled streets, rustic stone houses, and a peaceful main square set the tone for an experience that feels both intimate and authentic. The landscape beyond the walls is just as enchanting. Fields, vineyards, and olive groves as far as the eye can see. Monteriggioni's peaceful atmosphere is matched by a rich cultural past. This village once stood as a stronghold, guarding important roads between rival regions. Small local shops line the streets, offering handmade goods, regional flavors, and warm conversation. A gentle walk along parts of the wall provides a unique perspective of both the village and the countryside beyond. From vineyard valleys to sunlit hill towns, this journey through Tuscany has been a quiet celebration of beauty, history, and soul. Each village, each view, each ancient stone whispered something timeless, and maybe something just for you. If these scenes stirred a longing in you, know that Tuscany doesn't just ask to be visited, it asks to be felt. If you could be there now, where would your journey begin? Let us know in the comments below. And if you're dreaming of more journeys like this, don't forget to follow us, because the world is full of quiet wonders waiting